Hello dear aspirants, welcome back to TEJAS series in our GDC classes English. In this today's session, we are going to have another 30 questions with a very detailed explanations regarding the pharmacognosy introduction part 2. So in this pharmacognosy introduction part 2, so we are going to cover another two important topics with respect to all competitive examinations. That is nothing but adulteration of a crude drug and the evaluation of the crude drugs. So adulteration and the evaluation of the crude drugs are another two important topics with respect to the introduction of pharmacognosy because we can expect more than five questions. Okay. More than five questions for any competitive examination. So, adulteration of a crude drug and the evaluation of crude drugs. These are the two topics that we are going to have 30 MCQs on this. Clear? Yes. So, without getting delay, so let us solve these questions. Let us solve these MCQs with a very good explanation. Yes, are you ready? Yes. So, now we'll start with the first question. Yes, the first question in this series, in this today's session is adulteration means. What do you mean by adulteration? Okay, so option A, confirmation of identity. Option B, determination of purity. C, debasement of an article. And D, confirmation and determination of purity and identity. Yes, tell me the right answer for this one. Adulteration means. Okay, so in generally, the adulteration has a two to three definitions. So, based on that, the question was asked. So, choose the right answer. Confirmation of identity, determination of purity, debasement of an article, confirmation and determination of purity and identity. Okay. Yes, I think you have posted the right answer. Yes, let me check the right answer for this question. Option C is right here. So, debasement of an article. So, because the term adulteration is defined as a substituting the original fruit drug partially or wholly with similar looking substances. Partially or wholly. Yes, here the thing is adulteration means simply substituting or replacing the original crude drug with similar looking substances. Either the substituent or the adulterant may or may not have the therapeutical value. Okay, so that here what will be happening? So debasement of an article, debasement is nothing but removing or lacking of an article. Here the article refers to the active principle. Here what happening here? Because the person was substituting the original crude drug with similar looking substances. That similarly looking substance may or may not have the genuine principle, so that the active principles or the article in it were lacking, so that it is also known as debasement of an article. Debasement of an article. Clear? Yes, simply adulteration is also known as debasement of an article. Sometimes the simple definitions, okay, were also asked in examinations. Clear? Yes, that's about the first question. Now let us have the another question in the series. That is second question. The deliberate or intentional type of adulteration called the deliberate or intentional type of adulteration called. So they have uh, four options here. Option A, substitution. B, sophistication. C, spoilage. And D, admixture. D, admixture. Yes. Can I get the right answers? Please post your answers. Yes. So option A, substitution. Option B, sophistication. And option C, spoilage. And option D, admixture. Okay. So let me check the right answer here. Option B, sophistication. Okay, the right answer here, the deliberate or intentional type of adulteration is Sophistication. Why? Because in the adulteration, we have a majorly two types of adulterations are there. One is intentional, another one is unintentional. Deliberate or accidental type of adulteration. Deliberate means intentional, whereas the accidental means unintentional. Okay, it happens because of some accidental, which means without any intention. Okay, so for due to some mistakes, okay, or maybe due to negligence. So these type of condition may lead to the unintentional or accidental adulterations. Okay, but whereas coming to the deliberate or intentional type of adulterations are done intentionally to get profit. So in that adulterations, intentional and unintentional adulterations, there are again having a different conditions. So what are they? Nothing but so deterioration, so impairment or decrease in the quality of a drug. So it is comes under the one condition of adulteration. But whereas addition of one substance to the another substance due to ignorance or carelessness or by accident. But whereas the third one is sophistication. Yes, this is the one the person will do intentionally. Sophistication, the intentional type of adulteration will come under the condition of sophistication, okay, or deliberate type of adulteration. Whereas substitution, the original drug gets replaced with totally different substance, and inferiority refers to the substandard drug. But whereas spoilage is due to the attack of microorganisms. These are all the conditions of adulteration, but majorly, the, the majorly sophistication is known for intentional or deliberate type of adulteration. Clear? Yes. Now we'll have the third question in this series. So the third question is presence of clove stalks and the fruits in the clove is an example of which type of drug adulteration? Option A, superficially similar inferior drugs. Option B, substitution with exhausted drug. Option C, substitution by artificially manufactured substitutes. And D is substitution by synthetic material. Yes, in the types of adulterations, we have a examples also for each type of adulteration, for each type of condition also. These are all the different types of adulterations. Okay, so they were asking about example. So presence of clove stalks and fruits in clove is an example of which adulteration? Okay. So tell me the right option here. Yes. Okay. Let us see the right answer here. Okay. So we'll check the right answer. Option A, superficially similar inferior drugs are the example for the clove stalks and fruits in the clove. Okay. So because there are several types of adulterations are there, okay, and also they had some examples for the substitution with inferior drugs. Inferior means the lesser quality drugs, or the impaired drugs, or a low quality drugs. Okay, so that is comes under the substitution with inferior drugs. The mother clove and the clove stalks are adulterated with clove. So this is an example for the substitution with inferior quality drugs. Whereas substitution with substandard commercial varieties, Indian senna adulterated with Arabian and dog senna, that's an example. Okay, substandard commercial varieties, and capsicum minimum substituted with capsicum annum. And another condition in this, substitution with exhausted drugs. Substitution with exhausted. These are all the types of intentional adulteration. Okay, so substitution with exhausted drugs. So the Act 2 principle was exhausted, or this already extracted. So that will be so that the crude drug which is doesn't have any active principle. So because it is already exhausted. So such type of plant material were used to substitute the original drug. Best example are like clove or maybe rose petals. Okay. So for this type of adulteration, best example is volatile oil containing drugs are the best example for this one. Okay. So fennel, clove, cinnamon, caraway, because all these are volatile oil containing drugs. Okay. Yes. And also tea leaves are collected and dried. Sometimes they dyed, okay, and mixed with the fresh tea leaves. Okay, so that is also example. And substitution with artificially manufactured substances. So best example for this are beeswax substituted with paraffin wax. And also compressed chicory with coffee, and as well as we can have so many examples. Okay, um, uh, in the place or in the for example, like honey, inverted sugar is used to substitute the honey. Okay, so that is an example for this one. And substitution by synthetic material. So addition of citrol to the orange oil or lemon oil. Okay, in the market, this is the most common practice, substitution by synthetic material, because in the natural, okay, drugs, people are used to substitute with the synthetic materials. Like if you want to, if you want to get the citrol, but you won't get the real citrol, instead of that, so the lemon oil is substituted in the form of citrol. Clear? And the benzyl benzoate to the balsam of Peru. Okay, so these are the different types of adulteration, especially intentional adulteration. But here the question is, the mother clove and clove stalks are adulterated with the clove, so that comes under the substitution with inferior drugs. Next question in this series: paraffin wax, tinged yellow, and substitute for yellow base wax is one of the following types of adulteration. Just now I explained in that table form. Okay, so paraffin wax, tinged yellow, and substitute for yellow base wax is one of the type of adulteration. Here they were giving you the example and they were asking you which type of adulteration it is. Okay, so let us see the options here. Substitution by substandard commercial variety, substitution by artificially manufactured substitutes, and C, substitution with superficially similar but inferior drugs, and substitution with exhausted drug. So let me know the right answer here. Yes, please, no, read carefully while you're going through the question, because sometimes due to some other reasons, we may read the question in the wrong manner. Okay, so that, tell me the right answer here. Yes, so let me check the right answer. Option B is correct. Substitution by artificially manufactured substitute. Okay, so it is comes under that substitution with artificially manufactured substances. So usually this beeswax, okay, that's a natural drug, so which is usually obtained from the bees, okay, honeybees and everything. But instead of this one, in order to, okay, get profit, so people are used to substitute this beeswax with, okay, paraffin wax. Okay, so that is a made yellow color. The paraffin wax is colored into yellow color and substitute for a beeswax. And also, the best example of this one is compressed chicory in place of coffee. Okay, yes. Let us have the next question. The spoilies in the context of adulteration is due to as spoilies. So no, I think in the third question, I think so. We have seen the different conditions of adulterations. Okay, so let us see. It is due to option A, ignorance; B, accidental addition of substances; C, attack of microorganisms; and deliberate replacement. Okay, so let us see the right answer. This one, attack of microorganism. Yes, generally how the food or maybe how the, you know uh, things get spoiled because of the attack of microorganisms. Okay, so here itself the spoil is due to attack of microorganism. These are all the conditions, you need to remember these things. Okay, but in the first question, in the second question, I think, so sophistication that we have seen. Okay, and spoilage is due to the microorganism. Some drugs may get affected by the microorganisms and they get lesser in their quality because of these microorganisms. Okay, so this is also one of the major problem. Next question: the paraffin wax yellow color is used to substitute for the which of the following substances? So paraffin wax is an artificially manufactured drug or manufactured thing. So that is used to substitute which of the following? Option A, coffee, and option B, beeswax, and option C, nutmeg, and option D, honey. So what is the right answer here? Option B is correct, because here you can simply conclude that here it is a wax and it is also wax. Okay, so just now we have discussed, okay, paraffin wax that is colored and substitute for the beeswax. So that is a right answer for that. Paraffin wax to the beeswax. Next question in this series, what does the term inferiority refers in the context of adulteration? Option A, attack by the microorganisms, and option B, addition of another substance, and option C, substandard drug, and option D, delivery adulteration. Tell me the right answer here. Yes, I'll suggest you one thing. All of you try to apply the elimination method, because in this four option, definitely there will be two wrong options there. Okay, so you should eliminate them because they are not directly, because they are not right answer. You can easily sense it. You should choose the right answer from the remaining two with your own IQ or with your own knowledge. Clear? Yes, but here the right answer is a substandard drug inferiority. Here the inferiority means refers to the substandard drug. Okay? Yes. So next question in this series, intentional adulteration includes all of the following except, okay, include the includes all of the following except, they were asking which of the following is not an intentional adulteration. That's the reason you need to read the question very carefully. They were asking about the question which is not an intentional type of adulteration. So that before, in order to, okay, know the answer, in order to get the answer, you should have what are the types of adulteration techniques. Okay, so that let us see the options here. Substitution of superficially similar substances, adulteration by other vegetative parts, and no availability of authentic plant, and option D, adulteration by artificially manufactured substances. So the right answer here is option C, no availability of authentic plant. So because it is not an intentional adulteration, it is an unintentional adulteration. Okay, so you can see all of intentional type of adulteration. These are all intentional type of adulteration, but okay, you can't see the no authentic plant in this following type of intentional adulterations. Okay, adulteration by artificial manufactured substances, substitution by inferior varieties, using exhausted drugs, by superficial similar substance, by a vegetative part, by toxic material, adulteration of powders, and addition of synthetic principle. These are all intentional. Okay, except all are unintentional. And next question is, why is drug evaluation is important? Why the drug evaluation is important? So option A is to reduce the production cost, and B to ensure the drug's identity, quality, and purity, and C to increase the drug shelf life, and D to enhance the drug's flavor. So what is the right answer here? So let me check. So to ensure the drug purity, identity, and quality, yes, evaluation itself, the name evaluation, it means determination of its purity, quality, and identity. Okay, confirmation of its identity, determination of purity and quality of the drug is known for the evaluation. But whereas identity stands for identification of biological source of the drug, that should be important for evaluation. Quality, the quality of the active constants are present, because the higher the quality, higher the therapeutic index. Okay, and the purity, the extent of foreign organic matter present in the quality. So based on the purity, we can assess the quality. Clear? Yes. So next question in this series. Now we have entered into the chemical test because we have started the evaluation talk. Bond-Traeger test is used to detect. So option A, glycosides, and option B, phytosterols, option C, fixed oils and fats, and option D, alkaloids. So chemical tests are also very important uh, things we need to remember with respect to the pharmacognosy, because so they play a major role, especially in the drug evaluation, especially in the chemical evaluation. Okay, so tell me, Bond-Traeger test is used to detect which of the following? So let us have the right answer. Undoubtedly, glycosides is the right answer here. So for detection of secondary metabolites, for each secondary metabolites, there are several, confirmatory tests are there. So we'll see what are the tests for alkaloids and what are the tests for the glycosides. So these are very important tests with respect to the alkaloids and glycosides, and as well as for the examination also. So for alkaloids, Mayer test is there, Dragunov test, Hager's and Wagner's test. These four tests are very important with respect to the primary confirmation of alkaloids presence. And whereas for the detection of glycosides, anthraquinone glycosides, saponin glycosides, steroid and terpenoid glycosides, cardiac glycosides, flavonoid glycoside tests are important. Okay. For anthraquinone glycosides, bond triangles test is important and modified bond triangles test. And for saponin glycosides, hemolysis test and foam test is an important. Okay, and whereas steroid and triterpenoid glycosides, Lieberman-Bujet test, Salkowski test, antimony tricolor test is an important. And whereas cardiac glycosides, 𝘿𝙬𝙎𝙎𝙬𝙬 test, legal test, 𝙭 test is there. And whereas for flavonoid glycosides, Sinoda test and vanillin HCl test is there. These are important tests for the glycosides. Okay, so let us see the next question. Yes, before going to the next question, so as you all know that our GDC is the only platform which is providing a quality material and different type of courses and different type of series as different types of mock tests with respect to the all competitive examination throughout the India. So, in order to get this pharmacist crash course, maybe for an all type of pharma competitive examinations, maybe Bihar, maybe DSSSB for ESIC pharmacist, railway pharmacist, AIMs, for every pharma competitive examinations you choose and we provide. Clear? Yes, but we need to intimate that, okay, as like our TEJAS series, you will be having a Pharmacist Marathon, which is a free pharmacist marathon series, will be provided if you enroll to the any courses in the GDC platform. Clear? So in this pharmacist marathon series, okay, especially for this pharmacist crash course, if you enroll to the pharmacist crash course, you will get a free marathon series. And in pharmacist crash course, you will be getting a live classes, recorded video lectures, online test series, previous year's MCQs, and the e-notes. Okay, so don't get delay. Do download the GDC class app from Play Store and start your learning. Okay, yes. Now we'll see the next question. Question number 11 in this series, 𝘿𝙬𝙎𝙎𝙬 test is used to detect option A resin, B alkaloids, C cardiac glycoside, and D tannins. So what is the right answer here? 𝘿𝙬𝙎𝙎𝙎 test. Just now we have came across this table for the detection of alkaloids and glycoside. Yes. 𝘿𝙬𝙎𝙎 test is for to detect the cardiac glycoside. Just now we have came across 𝘿𝙬𝙎𝙎 test is to detect the cardiac glycosides here itself. 𝘿𝙬𝙎𝙎 test is for cardiac glycosides. Okay. Yes. Please do remember each and every test, and you need to know that which test is for which secondary metabolite, which test is for which chemical constants. Okay. So sometimes the examiner will ask a specific test for a specific secondary metabolite, so that you need to remember all the secondary metabolites and their respective identification tests. Clear? Yes. Next question in the series: which chemical test is used for the tropane alkaloid? Just now I have said. Sometimes the examiner will ask you the individual test for individual chemical constant. Okay, this test is a very important. Tropane alkaloid. Option A, Vitaly-Morin test, B, Murex test, C, Van Eyck test, and D, Dragon-Droff test. So let us check the right answer. Undoubtedly, Vitaly-Morin test. Okay, so for the identification of tropane alkaloids, a tropane nucleus containing alkaloids, maybe that tropane, hyosamine, L-hyosamine. Okay. So all these are tested by means of the Vitaly-Morin test, because when the tropane alkaloid or tropane nucleus treated with the fuming nitric acid followed by the evaporation to the dryness and addition of some of the methanolic KOH, okay, solution to the acetone solution of nitrite residue, violet coloration takes place. Vitaly-Morin test, violet coloration. Sometimes maybe there is chance of asking the question in such a manner like, what color will be the end color for the Vitaly-Morin test? Okay, so violet color is Vitaly, violet. Why violet? Vitaly, violet color. but is to test the atropine alkaloid. So this is a okay Atropa belladonna, Datura, Hyoscyamus niger. Okay, all these species are atropine alkaloid containing plants. Okay, Solanaceae family. Next, 13th question in the series, the parts of the organ or organs other than those named in the definition and description of drugs are defined as. The parts of the organ or organs other than those named in the definition and description of the drugs are defined as option A, crude fiber, B, swelling index, C, foreign inorganic matter, and D, foreign organic matter. Okay, so tell me the right answer here. Option A or option B or option C or option D? Yes, option D is right answer here because the parts of the organ or organs other than those parts of the drug mentioned in the definition and description of drugs are known as foreign organic matter. They may be insect or molds or earthy material or animal excreta, etc. Other than the crude drug, other than the active principle containing plant part, everything is considered as a foreign organic matter. Clear? Other than the crude drug is known as foreign organic matter. Simple. The 14th question in this series, the average number of stomata present per square of the leaf epidermis is expressed as. So option A, palisade ratio, option B, venal number, and option C, stomatal index, and option D, stomatal number. So these are all the options. So tell me the right answer here. Option D is right answer because in the microscopical evaluation, there is a one topic called leaf constants, especially in order to assess the quality and to identity and for the purity, we do test for the leaf constants for the microscopical evaluation of leaves. In that, we have a lot of techniques like determination of stomatal index, determination of stomatal number, venal number, vein termination number, palisade ratio, size, diameter of starch grains, type of calcium crystals, width and diameter of trichomes. Okay, so in that, for the microscopic evaluation, we do test for the detection and type of and number of stomata. So that is nothing but stomatal number. Okay. So in the stomatal number is the average number of stomatas per square surface area. This is square surface area. The number of stomatas are present in this square surface area are considered to be the stomatal number. But if you consider along with the stomata, okay, if you consider epidermal cells or the guard cells, epidermal cells or the substrate cells along with the stomata, that is stomatal index. But if you only count or if you only consider number of stomatas present in the square surface area, that will be the stomatal number only. Okay. Next question in the series, 15th question. Lycopodium spore method can be used to find out the percentage purity of a crude drug which contain. So for which thing we perform the lycopodium spore method? First, multi-layer tissues or cells and to well-defined particles which can be counted, and C, oil globules, and D, characteristic particles of irregular thickness, the length of which can be measured. So tell me, simple, if you know the lycopodium spore method, you can easily answer this question. Okay, and moreover, the lycopodium spore method, stomatal index, and determination of palisade ratio, such type of named techniques were very important. So let me know the right answer here. So we will check the right answer. Well-defined particles which can be counted like starch grains and other minute particles. Well-defined particles can be tested by the lycopodium spore method. Here itself, this is an important technique employed. So these are all lycopodium spores obtained from this lycopodium plant. Okay, so these are all the lycopodium spores. Okay, when microscopically, if you observe them, they look like this. Okay, this is an important technique employed in the identification of crude drugs when chemical and physical methods are inapplicable. Yes, when the chemical and the physical methods are fail to detect the confirmation of the drug identity, okay, and also quantity to approach to count Okay. So majorly the glycoprotein score method is a quantitative method to assess the purity of a drug. Yes, majorly for to detect the powder drugs which are having a well-defined particles which may be counted. They should be in a nature. Okay. For example, starch grains or single layered cells are tested by this method. Okay. Yes. Yes, as you all know that in the all pharma competitive examinations, the questions are not in a single pattern. So there are maybe different types of patterns are there because sometimes they may ask the match the following, sometimes they may ask the assertion and the reason type of questions. Sometimes they ask the identify the uh, mismatched pair, or maybe they ask like match the following. So tell me the type of stomata and the example. So they were asking which type of stomata is present in which type of land. So they were giving you four options here and four examples also, four types of stomata and four examples. Option P, anamocytic stomata will be seen in which plant? Anisocytic stomata, diacytic stomata, parasitic stomata. So here they are giving you the options: senna, peppermint plant, datura plant, and this salis plant. So what is the right answer here? So in this method, I'll suggest you to apply the elimination method because definitely there will be two similar options will be there. So those are the things you need to consider. The rest of the two should be eliminated. Okay, that's the thing you need to apply here. Okay, because at least two options will be having a uh, what we can say it as similarities, or so relativity we can say it as. So we can check the right answer here. Yes. So option B is right here. Sometimes, okay, because you need to check the similarity, then only you should go for the next option. You should eliminate the things. Okay, so option B is right here because we'll see the example so that we will be having the explanation. Okay, so these are types of stomatas. In types of stomatas, we will be having five types, that is parasitic, diacytic, anamocytic, anisocytic, and actinocytic. But here, for the parasitic, we will be having a senna as example. So, okay, so for the reason, parasitic, okay, four, and diacytic, peppermint. For anisocytic, datura. For anamocytic, we are having this salis. Okay, so that's the reason the option is B. P for P anamocytic is senna. Okay, for anamocytic, we will be having distalis. Okay, distalis option 4. Okay, P4. That's the reason. Okay, but you should check for the elimination method. Definitely two options should be eliminated. Next, question number 17, the T-shaped trichomes are found in, because there are different types of trichomes are there as like the stomata. As like the stomata, there are different types of what we can call it as trichomes are there. But we need to remember the example for each type of trichomes. Option A, Artemisia. Option B, 𝙂𝙎𝙎𝙎𝙬, and option C, cannabis, and option D, senna. Let us take the option here. Right answer here. Artemisia annua having the artemisinin plant, or Artemisia is having a T-shaped trichomes. So let us see the examples for these trichomes. Yes, trichomes are the hairy structures meant for the protection and the secretion of the plant's leaves. Okay, these are all the trichomes you can see right over here. The hairy root-like structures. Okay, hairy type structures. Okay, in these trichomes, they're having three types. One is covering or non-glandular or clothing trichomes, and another one is a glandular trichomes, and special type of trichomes is a hydrothodes. So example of the hydrothodes is pipette is the only one example for the hydrothodes. So in the covering type of trichomes or non-glandular or clothing trichomes, we are again having two types: unicellular trichomes and multicellular trichomes. In the unicellular trichomes, we are having lignified trichomes. For that example, 𝙂𝙂𝙎𝙎, Stropanthus. For short, sharp, and pointed and curved trichomes, example is cannabis. Large, conical, strongly shrunken trichomes are lobelia. Short, conical, and unicellular trichomes like 𝑡. And short, conical, warty trichomes are senna and anise. And long, tubular, flat, and twisted trichomes for cotton. But whereas in the multicellular trichomes, again we have subclassification, that is multicellular unbranched, multicellular branch. So in that multicellular branch, we are having uniseriate. Okay, in that bicellular conical are datura. Three cell long type of trichomes are datura stramonium. Okay, stramonium. And 3 to 4 cell long are distalis, 4 to 5 cell long are belladonna. And in the biseriate calendula officinalis, in multiserious euphorbia, polyphera and malefern. Okay. Yes, in the multicellular branch trichomes, we can again have stille type of trichomes, that is hamamelis and thialeaves, and peltate, plate-like structures. That's the reason it's a peltate. Okay. Humulus, croton, elytraria, and candelabra type of trichomes is verbascum thapsus, and T-shaped trichomes are artemisia. Here it's the answer that we are looking for. Okay. And coming to glandular type of trichomes, nothing but they are having a gland at the apex. Okay. So unicellular trichome, that is stack, is absent. Multicellular trichomes. In the unicellular trichomes, we can observe the Piper beetle and Osaka. So in the Piper beetle, we can see the two types of trichomes, hydrothodes, and also we can see the glandular type of trichomes. Okay. So in the multicellular trichomes, we are again having a lot of examples. Unicellular head and unicellular stack, that is distalis purpurea. Unicellular head and uniseriate multicellular stack is distalis and tapsi. Uh, sorry, belladonna. Unicellular stalk and biseriate head is distalis purpurea. Multicellular head and multicellular biseriate stalk is santonica. Multicellular and multiseriate cylindrical stalk, that is cannabis sativa. Multicellular, multiseriate head and multicellular uniseriate stalk is Indian hemp and tobacco. Short stacked with secreting head form of rosette, that is mentha species, and uniseriate stalk and multicellular head is 𝙂𝙬𝙎𝑚𝑠. Please, go through this. What we can call it is the tree diagram, and if you are not unable to go through, take a screenshot and do remember these examples, they are very important. Okay, so let us go for the next question. The moisture content of the drug is determined by heating in the oven to constant heat weight at which temperature? So moisture content of the drug can be determined by which temperature? 105 degrees centigrade, 115 degrees centigrade, 85 degrees centigrade, and 75 degrees centigrade. What is the right option here? So the option is correct. 105 degrees centigrade is a temperature that is required to test the moisture content of a crude drug. So you can see here, the moisture content of drug will be responsible for the decomposition of crude drugs, either producing the chemical change or microbial growth. So the moisture content of drug should be determined and controlled. Okay, and the moisture content is determined by the heating a drug at 105 degrees centigrade in an oven to a constant weight. Okay, so this is the temperature required to check the moisture content. Yes. Next question in this. Yes. Which of the following option gives the formula for stomatal index if I is stomatal index? If I is stomatal index, what will be the formula? I said that already in the microscopical evaluation, especially for leaves, there will be important things like leaf constants in that stomatal index number, leaf, no, palisade ratio, lycopodium spore method. They are very important. In that, they are having two formulas, especially for lycopodium spore method and as well as stomatal index. So tell me the formula for the uh, stomatal index. Yes, option D is right here. Okay, so S by E plus S into 100 will be the right answer here. Okay, so where S refers to substrate cells, okay, and E refers to epidermis, sorry, stomatal number, stomatal cells and epidermal number. Yes, yes by E plus S into 100. S refers to stomata and E refers to epidermis. These are all the leaf constants. Okay. Palisade ratio, wind emanation, mean element number, stomatal number. These are all the leaf constants which are tested for the microscopical evaluation of leaves. Next, 20th question in the series. Drug with lignivite trichomes were observed in option A, buchu, and option B, 𝙂𝙬𝙎𝑚𝑒𝑠, and option C, lobelia, and D, mint leaf. And just now before, I said that in the tree diagram or maybe the trichomes, okay, tree diagram, that flowchart maybe. So what will be the right option here? Lignified trichomes Option B is correct here because the naxomic is example. Here you can see, okay, lignified trichomes like naxomica here itself. Okay, so go through this slide. So it is a very important with respect to trichomes because most of the from the trichomes they mostly ask about the examples for the different type of trichomes. Okay, yes. So again we will be having our crash course. Okay, please go through with the GDC app or maybe the GDC YouTube channel for English. Okay, so that you can have the information that you're looking for. Next, 21st question in this series is Halpin's test is used to identification of option A cottonseed oil and option B linseed oil and option C storax and option D tolu balsam. So tell me the right answer for this one. Option A is right answer. The cottonseed oil. Yes, Halpin's test is used to detect the cottonseed oil. These are all the cotton seeds. So for 2 ml of oil, cottonseed oil, if you add 2.5 ml of alcohol and 2.5 ml of solution of sulfur and carbon sulfide, disulfide, that is 1%, it will produce a pink or red color that indicates the presence of cottonseed oil or it confirms it is a true oil. Okay. Yes. 22nd question. Which of the following is an unorganized drug? Okay, tell me the answer. Rolfe root, acacia gum, senna leaf, and cinchona bark. So option B is right here because organized and unorganized drugs. So the drugs which are possessing the cellular structures are considered as the organized drugs. The drugs which are not having a cellular structures are known as unorganized drugs. So unorganized drugs are nothing but gums, resins, latexes, dried juices, and dried extracts are the unorganized drugs because they don't contain cellular structures. All the cells containing plant parts are known as organized drugs. So nothing but every part which is having cell that is considered as organized drug. So seeds, leaves, bark, root, rhizomes, flowers, everything. Here the unorganized example is acacia gum. Okay, gum. So next question in the series, 23rd question, that quantitative values determined for the identification of leaf drugs remain constant throughout the age of plant. So they are asking that the quantitative values determined for the identification of leaf drugs remain constant throughout the age of plant. So what will the right answer here? Stomatal index. So here it is, the leaf constants, that is a stomatal index, remain constant throughout the age of plant. The index, stomatal index, the only thing, remain constant throughout the age of plant. Okay. Yes. 24th question in this series, all of the following are leaf constants except all of the following are leaf constants except vein eyelet number, vein termination number, somatal number, and leaf fiber. What will be the leaf constant except? They are asking about which of the following is not a leaf constant. Option D is correct here, leaf fiber, because all these are leaf constant except, okay, everything is a not a leaf constant. So leaf fiber is not a leaf constant. Okay. Next question. Sunken stomata is a characteristic feature of option A, Epidra, colchicum, lobelia, and senna. And stomatas, there are special type of stomatas are there, maybe sunken stomata and circular stomata. So those are special type of stomatas. So let us check the answer. Epidra is having a sunken stomata. So because this is a sunken stomata, this image, because it is only found in xerophytes in a small pit, which is to prevent the loss through transpiration. Okay, example is Epidra. This is a circular stomata C. Colchicum and squill. Circular stomata. C refers to colchicum, S refers to squill. So the circular stomata will be seen in colchicum and squill plant. So a circular pore with a hole in the middle of the gas to enter or leave the plant. So for gases exchange. Okay. Yes, 26th question in the series. The what is bioSI? So it is nothing but biological evaluation, I think. So to estimation of quality of crude drug, estimation of organoleptic characteristic of a drug, estimation of potential of a crude drug, none of the above. So what will be the Right answer here. Option C is correct. Estimation of potency of crude drug is a definition or maybe the refers to bioassay, because in the biological evaluation, okay, so the plant extract can be evaluated by various biological methods to determine the pharmacological activity, potency, and toxicity. For to assess the biological evaluation, we do follow the bioassay methods for the estimation of potency of crude drugs, which are three types. That is maybe toxic method, symptomatic method, and tissue or organ method. Okay. Yes, but the purpose of this method is to determine the lethal dose and the effective dose of crude drugs, and the toxicology studies carried out on the suitable animal models. Clear? Yes. 27th question in this series, stomata found in senna leaf. They're asking about the example for the stomata. Option A, parasitic, and option B, diacytic, and option C, anisocytic, and option D, anamocytic. What is the example for this one? Undoubtedly, parasitic stomata will be seen in senna leaves, because as we have seen, this is an example. Okay. So senna is an example for parasitic, diacytic, spearmint, vasaka, peppermint, and thyme, and datura for anisocytic. And anamocytic, these are all examples. Actinocytic, berberry. Go through this slide and do remember the example for each stomata, type of stomata. Okay. Yes, in the 28th question, 1 mg of powdered lycopodium contains option A 94,000 spores, option B 84,000 spores, 74,000 spores, and 64,000 spores. Because in the lycopodium spore method, there will be a formula that is very important for the estimation of powder drugs. Let us see the answer. That is 94,000 spores is the standard number for 1 mg of powder drug. Okay. So, because it is an important method to analyze the powder drugs, and it is an inexpensive technique with official status. And yes, why we are only taking this lycopodium? Because they are a very characteristic in shape and size, especially they are containing 25 micrometer in the diameter. And coming to the average, if you take 1 mg of powder of lycopodium, definitely you will be having 94,000 spores per mg of lycopodium. Okay. Yes. And the 29th question in the series, what is a palisade ratio? The palisade ratio is also leaf constant. The ratio of spongy mesophyll cells to palisade cells in a leaf, ratio of length to the width of the palisade cells, the average number of palisade cells beneath each epidermal cell, and option D, the ratio of chloroplasts to the mitochondria in the palisade cells. Let me check the right answer here. Undoubtedly, option C is correct. Average number of palisade cells just beneath the epidermal cells is known as a palisade ratio. So these are palisade cells. Okay. So average number of palisade cells beneath each epidermal cell. Okay. So those are the palisade ratio. Last question in this series. We are almost okay. There. Microscopic evaluation is done to base of the following except. Okay. So in which microscopic evaluation is done on the basis of the following except. Okay. So which of the following is not comes under the for microscopic evaluation? Option A is stomata, alkaloid content, starch granules, and trichomes. So if you have gone through the leaf constant, so you can easily answer this question. Undoubtedly, option B is not an not comes under the microscopic evaluation, because for the microscopic evaluation we do consider the leaf constant, stomatas, and trichomes, calcium oxalate crystals, and quantitative microscopy. Yes. Finally, this is for today's session. This is for today. These are the today's 30 MCQs for the TEJAS series. And for more such content, do subscribe and share this channel to your friends. Okay. And for more such contents and series and MCQs, and for to improve your preparation, download the GDC app from Play Store and do enroll and have a happy learning. Thank you. We'll see in the next video with another 30 MCQs for the pharmacognosy. Thank you. Have a great day.